Hey Sandy, did you find Candy? If you did, give me a call. Doesn't he tell you something?
Do you have trouble hearing people talking?
No attention, man. If you don't give them any attention, they won't bother you. You know what I mean? No, John. What? No, dude. No. The moves. People are clamoring for twerks, Johnny. They want twerking. Uh-oh. Here it is. Johnny's twerking. He's twerking up a storm. Johnny drops it low.
Did he crap his pants or something? I don't know. That's Johnny Elbows. Now let me set the scene for you. Back in 1986, in the small town of Fremont, under the roar of a stormy night, Jonathan Lee Thornton came to the world, healthy and ready to take on whatever life threw at him. Born into a hardworking family, Johnny was the oldest of two boys, with his brother Nathan tagging along. The 90s were their playground and their childhood. Pretty normal, just like any other kid back then. They ran, they played, they fought over stupid stuff, your typical brotherly nonsense. But there was one day that would shift everything. It wasn't some epic disaster or anything, just a simple, careless moment that turned the world upside down. More on that later in the video. And that's the thing with life, isn't it? A small thing here, a little slip there, and boom, everything changes. You never really see it coming. But it's those moments that define us. To kick things off, let's take a look at some of Johnny's videos and explore why this guy became such a TikTok sensation in such a short amount of time.
Me? I'm just a lonely guy, and I am not a celebrity or a famous guy anymore. I'm just a random guy trying to make a living. Oh no, I just don't know. And every time I do this, my allergies acting up. I'm getting a small little mustache. And I don't know. I'm just a lonely guy looking for a friend.
Johnny's reason for going online was simple. He was lonely, struggling with both physical and mental challenges, and hoped he could find friends through his videos. By constantly posting, he was reaching out, hoping to connect with others who might understand or appreciate him. It didn't take long for Johnny to make new friends, though they were younger than him. They were the only ones around who were willing to talk and connect with him.
I'd be quicker than that, girl.
Well, this is me, Johnny. So, I love you, man.
Are you from Logan?
Hey, do you remember me? I was here last night, too.
Yeah, there's Heath.
Hey, what's up, dude?
These were teenagers who were eager to connect with Johnny. They'd hop onto his TikTok live streams and chat about whatever was on their minds at the moment, just enjoying the conversation.
Well, this is me, Johnny. So, I love you, man.
Are you from Logan?
Hey, do you remember me? I was here last night, too.
Yeah, there's Heath.
Hey, what's up, dude? Boom shakalaka, boom shakalaka. You gotta be quicker than that, girl.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
I think she likes you, Johnny.
Well, this is the kind of situation where people often have issues with someone like Johnny being online and connecting with the younger audience. During this particular live video, we heard a teenage boy jokingly say that a girl might like Johnny after wishing him a happy birthday. It could have been a harmless comment, but even the smallest mistake in these situations can quickly spiral out of control for Johnny.
I'm kind of over.
How old are you?
36.
God damn.
I'm going on 38 next year.
What's your Wait, Oh wait, no, he's 30. He's turning 37 this year, turning 38. Okay.
Johnny was enjoying himself, chatting with a few of his teenage friends, when someone asked about his age. He told them he was in his 30s, and you could see the surprise in the kids' voices. It was actually a good thing because many lolcows in Johnny's situation might lie and claim they're younger just to make the kids feel more comfortable around them. But lying about your age is a terrible move. It gives off the impression that you're trying to take advantage of young, inexperienced kids, which is never okay. But things got weird later in this video.
One of them took your bikini off.
Holy God! Wishes he was there. Johnny catching girls. Did you do anything?
No, I just
Sat there and watched.
actually one of them gave me a lap.
Johnny made a comment saying one of them took their bikini off. It's unclear whether he was referring to someone of legal age, but he definitely painted a picture of an inappropriate scene, which isn't the best choice of conversation. These were kids, and it's unreasonable for an adult to talk about something like that. As the adult in the situation, Johnny should have been the one setting boundaries and guiding the conversation, not making such remarks. Then one of the boys jumped in saying, "Johnny catching a girl," with the focus on the word girls. If the boy was right, that's a serious red flag for Johnny. But if he was wrong, it's a slightly less concerning situation. But then, one of the other boys asked if Johnny did anything, and he casually mentioned that one of them gave him a lap dance. That is definitely a conversation Johnny should never be having with young boys, especially on a public platform like this. It wasn't just with this innocent boy. Johnny has always claimed to be an expert when it comes to women on his page.
And this girl, Susan, she's a big joke. She always gonna be a joke to me. Well, she used to be my first love until she broke my heart.
He would go on and on about his interactions with women, claiming if it wasn't Suzanne, it was Michelle. He'd talk about how these ladies treated him, sometimes expressing disappointment over how they made him feel.
Hey guys, hey girl. I'm in the bathroom right now, but I want you to know my last girlfriend, Susan, she dumped me with some other guy. She says she hates me. She says 2 words and hang up, 2 words and hang up, 2 words and hang up. Who does that? And she's in her 60s now. I was dating a cougar for a while.
Johnny eventually tried to give a more detailed update about what happened with his ex-girlfriend, Suzanne. Perhaps it was because of all of the backlash he got for being so vulgar toward her and cursing her out after she broke his heart. He looked genuinely sad, telling a story that painted him as the victim. According to him, Suzanne left him for another guy because she hated him. But despite his physical challenges, she had been with him before. It's hard to believe she suddenly hated him without any reason. What did Johnny do to make her feel that way? The story seemed one-sided. He claimed that she told him she hated him, but to say something like that, it takes more than just 2 words. Johnny said she only said 2 words before hanging up. What's even more troubling is that at the time, Johnny was in his 30s and dating someone old enough to be his mother, someone in her 60s.
Our ass off when we saw me falling down the hill backwards. She decided to push me down backwards on the sled. I grabbed her with me and we started kissing down the hill. She got on top of me and started kissing me. And I did the same thing to her, and she decided to throw a snowball at my butt. She stuck ice down my pants and made me sit down on the picnic table with my butt soaking ass wet.
Johnny also made sure to share the memorable moments he had with one of his past loves. Personally, it wasn't something I was eager to hear, but his viewers seemed to eat it up, so he never stopped feeding them those stories. Whether they were true or not, there was no way to confirm. No matter how great his relationship stories started, it always seemed to end badly. This pattern eventually led Johnny to give up completely and send a message to all the ladies.
Ladies, you don't need me anymore. Once you go find yourself a new man, you can leave me alone. And you girls can leave me alone. And you girls can just say hi to me every once in a while.
At that point, Johnny had enough of all the drama and just wanted some time alone. I'm sure many of us can relate to that feeling. It's understandable, but eventually we find a way to move on. The real question is Did Johnny ever move on from the heartbreaks and heal after some time? When some of his followers asked why he had given up and told him to stay optimistic, reminding him that there's always someone out there for him, Johnny responded like this.
I'm not famous, I'm not perfect, I'm not cute or anything. Right now, when I move this thing back, look at me. I'm fat and chubby. I'm fat and chubby. You don't want a fat and chubby guy like me. You know why? Because no other girl out there wants a fat and chubby guy like me.
He might be right about some of the points he listed, but one thing's for sure. He's more famous than most of us, and with fame comes attention. At least he's aware of his issues. Some of them he can work on, while others are beyond his control. For example, he could manage his food intake and hit the gym, or at least try to get more exercise. That would make him look a lot more attractive, especially if he weren't as overweight. Sure, his disability is still part of him, but with a little effort, he could find someone who appreciates him for who he is. The reality, though, is Johnny doesn't have the drive to push himself to that level. For now, all he seems to do is whine and complain about how women look at him and why they won't be with him. Even though he has not worked on himself to make demands, he has quite the spec that he needs from a woman.
A girl around my age, filthy rich, and have a nice house and a nice cars. And I need one of the cars that look like a Duke de Hazard's car, where I can live and be happy with my new girlfriend and my new life of wife.
Johnny's ideas about what he's looking for in a woman are a bit misplaced, especially since these qualities are often what women look for in a man rather than what men should expect from a woman. These things like wealth and material possessions shouldn't necessarily be at the top of a man's list when it comes to qualities he values in a partner. In fact, most women today won't openly express that they want these specific traits. They tend to hint at them, or even prioritize things like emotional connection, respect, and shared values over material aspects. Johnny, on the other hand, seems to have a very materialistic approach. He openly claims that he needs a filthy rich woman, one with a car and a nice house. And to make things even more specific, he has a particular type of car in mind that she should drive. It really starts to sound like he's looking for a relationship based on money and status, which doesn't come across well. If you ask me, it feels more like a gold digger mindset, but reversed.
A girl with a little bit of junk in the trunk, big boobies, and I need a girl to be smart, and I need a girl to like me just for me and to be my friend. And girls, I'm doing this one more time for you. I can't do it all the times. Hang on, let me. Here's the twerking for you. Twerk, 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 booty, booty shake, booty shake, booty shake. I can't do the booty shake every single time. You gotta earn your booty shake. And right now, I can't really do the booty shake because my pants keep falling down.
Johnny started by listing the qualities he's looking for in a woman. A big junk in the trunk, big boobs, and smarts. The problem with this is that he wants a woman with all these traits to be attracted to him for who he is without putting in the effort himself to improve in areas that matter. For example, he's not considering qualities like trust, dedication, commitment, or taking care of one's body and health, qualities that could truly build a meaningful connection. Instead, he's fixated on shallow aspects. And just when you thought it couldn't get more bad, Johnny ended the video with an embarrassing twerk, claiming he was doing it for the girls. It's clear that he's delusional about what he wants, and this could very well be the reason why he's struggling to find someone at his age. His issues are painfully obvious to anyone watching, and the red flags are hard to ignore. So, with all these apparent issues on full display, Johnny was asked what he could offer in a relationship with a lady. His response, well, let's just say it didn't exactly clear up any confusion.
I'm going to comfort you, snuggle you, love you every day, telling you I love you, girl. And every 5 minutes, if you want some more, I'll give you a back massage, a feet massage, and a body massage. Johnny Elbows here. I'm a ladies' man.
The reasons Johnny gave for why women should pick him weren't exactly convincing. Sure, relationships might involve some hugging and massaging at times, but those shouldn't be the main selling points when asked what you bring to the table. We could see him winking at the camera and thinking himself a ladies' man, thinking that everything he mentioned was exactly what women look for in a man. But honestly, it just seemed like Johnny was missing the bigger picture. It was almost as if he believed that these superficial gestures and qualities were the key to attracting women. But he didn't seem to understand that meaningful connections go beyond physical affection or shallow attention. And at every point when he notices the ladies aren't responding to him, he'd quickly claim that he doesn't need them. It's a clear case of someone trying to save face after realizing his tactics aren't working.
Girls, I don't need a girlfriend right now. I really don't need a girlfriend right now. Had an itch on my nose. I think I need to use the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Just look at this guy. He's out here complaining about wanting a girlfriend while literally crapping on himself during a live video. What's wrong with this guy? Why didn't he just end the live stream or take care of things earlier to avoid this disaster? And to make it worse, he was constantly picking his nose during the stream, claiming it was itching badly. It was honestly disgusting to watch. Eventually, despite his weird behavior, Johnny managed to meet a couple of ladies, Candy and Sandy, who were somewhat interested in him. He was able to make friends with them, but things quickly became complicated, a situation we'll look into in more detail later in the video.
How's it going?
Good.
Don't do that, please. Why?
Want some nut?
What kind are they?
Barbecue.
Hey! You gotta be quicker than that, buddy.
Johnny first made a name for himself on TikTok by posting countless videos of himself munching on snacks, all while using Bluton. Honestly, how he pulls it off is a mystery to me. But what really caught people's attention was this odd habit he had. Before even taking a bite, he started making chewing motions with his mouth. It's strange, and no one really knows why he does it, but somehow it's become part of his TikTok charm. While making these videos, he made friends with a man named Mario.
Mario, Omaha Big Boy Pants, he's the man, and he's my best friend.
The two probably crossed paths online when Johnny started gaining fame from his videos and decided to team up and create something together. Johnny saw Mario as a close friend, but some couldn't help but see Mario's intentions as more business-driven. It seemed like he was hoping to use both his and Johnny's platforms to grow, and honestly that's not too surprising. After all, it's a smart move if you're looking to expand. With that, they've been seen together making videos that excite their viewers.
Roar, they want to roar! Whoa, dude, I thought you were about to bite my nuts.
No.
Oh, dude, that was scary. Oh, no. Johnny, we're almost at 14 million. Man, what are you going to do now? Oh, he's hitting the gritty. He's hitting the gritty, everybody. Holy smokes. Oh, Johnny, guess what, dude? Over 50,000 likes. Yeah, and you're getting all kinds of gifts. You know what that means, Johnny? Here we go. Uh-oh, here we go. Oh, yes, that's awesome. Dude, you look mad comfortable right now. You want me to push you?
No, I
You good? Let's go. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is amazing, Johnny. Dude, this is great. Dude, people are really missing out if they're not watching this right now. People are clamoring for twerks, Johnny. They want twerking. Uh-oh. There it is. Johnny's twerking. He's twerking up a storm. Johnny drops it low. They want to know if you had a poopy accident.
No, it's just I'm sitting on a wet paint, and it smeared my pants.
Yes. See, everybody, just wet paint.
It's wet paint.
Yes, it is not what everybody thinks it is.
No, that's not. That's what pink.
Yes. What's Johnny gonna do now? Oh my God, Johnny, what are you doing? What are you doing? Whoa, Johnny, oh, the gritty. The gritty, dude. That was amazing.
They made quite the duo. Johnny's hilarious dances and stunts paired perfectly with Mario's voiceovers, which really brought everything to life. The fans loved it, and their partnership ended up being a huge hit, drawing in tons of views. It was a blessing for both of them, and they just kept doing what they loved. Johnny's a humble guy, though he's clearly been through a lot. Despite all the fame and attention he got with Mario's help, he didn't see it as a big deal. Whenever people came at him or tried to make fun of him, Johnny always made sure to remind his viewers that he wasn't all about the hype or the fame.
I'm not famous. I'm just like everybody else. Me? I'm a nobody. And I'm gonna keep it that way.
The trolls were relentless, and it got to the point where Johnny had to speak out and explain why he was being attacked so much. But the truth is, no matter who you are, whether you're a big personality or just trying to get by, having a large following means dealing with negativity. Even if only 2% of your followers are trolls, that 2% can be thousands or hundreds of people, and that small group can make your life miserable. It's just part of being online. But for Johnny, who didn't fully understand this, it felt like he was being unfairly targeted by people.
I'm being picked on by TikTokers. You know why? They like to pick on me because I'm an easy target. I'm just gonna be myself. When you guys get this, I'm quitting TikTok forever. I'm not doing no YouTube videos anymore either. I'm quitting. I'm not doing it no more. Well, you guys need to find a new fresh meat. You need to find a new pair of fresh meat.
As Johnny poured his heart out in the video to his viewers, some of the trolls just kept mocking him. You could see the emotion building up, and it was clear he was on the verge of tears. At that moment, he made a bold statement. He was done with social media for good and would never return online again. Despite all the backlash and trolling he faced, and his eventual decision to leave social media, Johnny just couldn't stay away from TikTok. He returned with a new mindset. Let the haters keep hating, while he and Mario would continue making great content for those who genuinely enjoyed his videos. But before we go further, let's take a look at the background of both of them, starting with Johnny.
This is me for real. Okay? Jonathan Lee Thornton, but you can call me Johnny Elbows. That's my nickname. And I'm handicapped. And I'm just looking for a friend to hang out with.
Johnny's life took a sad turn after a terrifying accident. He ran in front of his uncle's semi-truck, and the crash left him with permanent damage to both elbows, plus a bunch of other injuries that still remain a mystery. After that, Johnny was never quite the same. The carefree, adventurous kid we knew seemed to disappear. School was different for Johnny, full of highs and lows, but he made it through as best as he could. He ended up in special ed classes, surrounded by a small but loyal group of friends who stuck by him and made videos together. And that's where he earned his nickname.
Good at that though. Yeah, do it greedy. Do it greedy. Nice.
This was all before Mario came into the picture. Johnny had a few friends who helped him make videos while he danced or did something funny for his followers. It must have been an amazing time for him, especially since he rarely had people around. It was like a breath of fresh air, having someone to share those moments with.
What are you doing?
As the early 2000s rolled around, Johnny's classmates moved on to college or started their careers, but Johnny withdrew into his own little world. For the next 10 years or so, he lived pretty much alone. His days were filled with video games, aimless walks around town, movie marathons, or just hanging out at the park. Before Johnny met Mario, he made other friends online. One of these friendships started when he connected with a boy during one of his TikTok live sessions.
Hey girls, this is Johnny Elbows. I need you to help me with a friend of mine. He's in Russia, and he needs a girlfriend. He's a younger kid, and he's a lawyer.
Johnny claimed that his friend was Russian and needed a girlfriend. Being the good friend that he is, Johnny decides to run a free ad for him, trying to help him find a mate. But what's really confusing is that Johnny referred to this friend as a kid. To make things even stranger, this kid is apparently a lawyer. When Johnny says kid, is he referring to someone in their teenage years? If so, how can a teenager be a lawyer? Something just doesn't add up here. Johnny's description of his friend is all over the place, and it's hard to make sense of the details he's throwing out.
He will help you with your problems. If you help him, he'll help you back. If not, I don't know what to do, but if you find him, tell him Johnny Elbow's always looking out for him.
So this wasn't going to be a typical attraction-based relationship between the Russian kid and the girl who might accept the proposal. Instead, it seemed more like a business arrangement, where the Russian guy would help her with some of her needs, and in return, she would act as his girlfriend.
He's my brother from Russia. His name was, I can't remember. He's wearing a hat and everything. Just when you see him, tell him Johnny Elbows says hi.
Johnny claimed that this guy was his brother from Russia. However, despite calling him a brother, Johnny admitted that he struggled to remember his name during their first interactions. It's funny how someone you've just met can go from being a stranger to a friend or even a brother so quickly. But then again, that's exactly why Johnny is online. He's looking for friends, and when he found one, he went all out. He went a little too far, though, trying way too hard to show his support and form a connection.
Johnny Elbows in the house, baby. My Russian guys, I hope you and your girlfriend will be together forever.
Eventually, Johnny finds a good match for his new Russian friend and shares the news on his page. However, things didn't stay smooth for long. And before too much time had passed, the relationship between the new couple hit a rough patch.
I didn't hit recording. Damn it. So, girl, if you get this, go take a hike and make a tree and take a hike, little. And if you don't want to spend time with my best friend, and that's about it.
It's likely that Johnny's Russian friend wasn't happy with how his new girlfriend was behaving and reported it to Johnny. Frustrated, Johnny took to social media to back up his friend, even going as far as using some harsh words toward the girl. Johnny was clearly deeply invested in this friendship and genuinely wanted the best for his brother.
Hey girls, you need to be honest with him and he'll be honest with you. If not, leave him alone. He doesn't want this crap from you.
With that relationship over, Johnny went on the hunt for another girlfriend for his friend. He made sure to guide the girls on the best ways to approach him, wanting to set everything up perfectly. Johnny didn't just help find a new girlfriend for his friend, he also gave him advice on how to maintain the relationship and make sure it lasted. It's funny, though, that Johnny, who's never really had a lasting relationship himself, was suddenly playing the role of a relationship expert. Isn't that something?
Johnny Elbows in the house. Hey, my Russian guy, spend time with her, say you love her every single morning and every single night, and tell her, I love you, baby, and never give up on me.
Over time, the friendship between Johnny and his Russian friend quietly faded away. Before long, Johnny found himself slipping back into his usual, uneventful routine. That was his routine, day in and day out, until one fateful day when he met Mario. But who exactly is Mario? And what made him decide to stick with Johnny and start creating content together? After all, Mario himself is a content creator. Before Johnny entered the picture, Mario's content was pretty typical for most TikTokers in the entertainment space. He did the usual lip sync videos, comedic sketches, the show yourself, then show what you be trend, and of course a ton of dancing videos. His videos got some views, but nothing really major. It was all pretty standard stuff. But everything changed when Mario started making more and more videos featuring Johnny and his unique antics. This was one of their earliest videos.
So I say right foot creep, oh, I don't let that heater walk. Look around and stay low, make sure they don't see us. Tryna see, get some bad walk down, facing with that heater. The double of the your feature on your way to see us.
Suddenly, the views and attention started pouring in. The shift was huge. Mario quickly realized that Johnny was the secret ingredient to his growing success, and he wasn't about to let that go. So he did everything he could to keep Johnny around and make sure they kept creating together.
Johnny's doing so much for you guys. Yeah, I read all the comments, everybody. I read all the comments. You sure you're gonna be good on that, man?
Oh. How's it going?
Good.
Don't do that, please. Why?
Did you get off work?
While many of Johnny's fans were all for the partnership with Mario, there were others who weren't too happy about it. These fans believed that Mario was taking advantage of Johnny, using him for views and not showing genuine care for him. This frustration likely stemmed from the fact that some of the videos they created together were posted not only on Johnny's page, but also on Mario's, and those videos were racking up a lot of views. But Johnny didn't see it that way. In his mind, things were going great. He felt like the partnership with Mario was working well, and he was doing just fine. Johnny was clearly blinded by the attention and the excitement of collaborating, unable or unwilling to see the potential manipulation that others were noticing.
I like my friend Mario. He's like my brother. And he's buying me 3 PS4 games.
One thing we've definitely noticed about Johnny so far is that he's a loyal friend. We saw how he stood up for his Russian friend earlier in the video, making sure his friend found the girlfriend he was looking for and always backing him up. Now he's doing the same for Mario. No matter what people say about Mario, Johnny will always have his back. Not just because they're friends, but also because Mario bought him 3 PS4 games. It all started with Johnny's clamor for women's attention online. He's always hinted at where he lived and teased women to find him.
I'm an Iowa Hawkeyes fan, and I live in Logan somewhere. You gotta find out on your own. Hey, ladies, I want you girls to try your hardest to find me. If you can, you can. If you can't, just give up now. I live in Logan, Iowa. And there's somewhere out where I live at, and I can't tell you. You gotta find out on your own. So, ladies, if you girls can find me, you can find me. If not, don't worry about it.
Johnny claimed he was living in Logan, Iowa, and told the ladies to find him, asking them to put in the work to figure out where he lived. I honestly don't know why any woman in her right mind would decide to go through the trouble of investigating where Johnny lives. What's the point? But this was Johnny's way of creating a sense of mystery around himself, trying to make it more exciting for anyone who is interested enough to take on the challenge.
I don't want no one finding me, tracking me down. I don't want no one finding me, because I don't want to be found. I know you girls gonna try everything you can to find me. If you girls can't to say, Johnny Elbows, you met your match. We give up. And if you guys give up, I'll be down to...
Johnny also tried to play some reverse psychology by claiming he didn't want anyone to find him. But let's be real, he clearly wants a bunch of ladies showing up at his door every day to check him out. It's all just a fantasy. If he didn't want them to find him, he wouldn't be teasing them with a challenge in the first place. Then, he even went on to say he knows ladies will do everything they can to track him down. What ladies is he talking about? Does he think he's some kind of Chris Brown or something? He thinks too much of himself.
You're gonna find me. I'm mostly at the library, and we can meet up there. I go to the library, and you'll see me doing my dance moves and everything.
Even after claiming he didn't want to be found, Johnny couldn't resist giving out his location multiple times in different videos, challenging ladies to come find him. He even mentioned that he's always in the library, almost like giving them a clue to narrow down where to look. He teased them with the idea that he does his dance moves in the library, assuming that his dancing is something those ladies would be excited to see in person. He also tried to give these girls some of his daily routine to see if this would excite them to want to come find him.
Every day, every single day I go out and about, walking around, trying not to cause trouble, but trouble always had to find me.
Johnny's obsession with finding a girlfriend was pretty clear here. He probably figured that if he could help his Russian friend find someone, he should be able to use his platform to do the same for himself. He painted himself as an easygoing guy who doesn't go looking for trouble, but just stays in the places he's supposed to be, though every now and then, trouble might find him anyway.
And when I play Pokemon Go, don't bother me when I'm playing Pokemon Go.
Johnny also tried to set some boundaries, claiming that no matter how excited anyone might be to meet him, they shouldn't disturb him while he's playing Pokemon Go. The game was incredibly important to him, and any distraction could mess with his performance. Not even a lady was allowed to interrupt him when he was focused on his game. He also made sure to share his prospective girlfriends his hobbies and things he loved doing.
All I do is play games and watch movies. That's all I do. I just watch movies or playing games. I don't go on the internet or anything else. I got my new toy poppets. Got a new poppet toy. Got the tooth poppet toy. Got the tooth one. I got all kinds of other stuff I got in my room here. And
Johnny also made sure to share his hobbies and the things he loved doing with potential girlfriends. He claimed that playing games was one of his biggest passions, and that's what he spent most of his free time doing. He even mentioned having a collection of toys in his room. But why would a man in his 30s still be playing with toys? Doesn't he realize this could be a major turnoff for the women he's trying to attract? It's clear he doesn't understand much about what women want, and he seems stuck in a kid's world with a mindset that doesn't align with the realities of modern dating.
I'm playing my Grand Theft Auto 5, if you can tell. And, every time I play my Grand Theft Auto 5, I beat it. I beat it every single day and every single time. And girls, if you want to flirt with me, flirt with me.
Johnny claimed that he always wins when he plays the game, hoping that his skills will somehow impress the ladies. He then went on to encourage them to flirt with him and not be shy about it. But there's something off about the way he refers to them. As an adult in his 30s, he should really be more mindful of how he speaks, especially when it comes to addressing women. The casual use of the word girls seems out of place considering his age. For now, we'll assume that the girls he's talking about are actually of legal age, and that his interactions are appropriate, though it still feels like his behavior lacks the maturity you'd expect at his age. Eventually, Johnny's search for a mate led him right into the middle of the Sandy and Candy saga.
Candy and Sandy, Sandy and Candy, Sandy and Candy, Candy and Sandy and Candy is fake? No, they're real, because they gave me their picture one time. One looked like a woman, one looked like a man because she has a dick.
During his live videos, Johnny frequently talked about his girls, Sandy and Candy, always proud of the attention he was getting from them. But in the video I just played, he said something unbelievable. For someone like Johnny, most people would be shocked if a woman decided to stick with him. But if two women were willing to be with him at the same time, then something just doesn't add up. His fans started questioning the existence of these two women, accusing him of making them up, and that's when Johnny responded. He claimed that they are real. He also said that one of the ladies looked like a woman, but the other one looked like a man because they had a masculine reproductive organ. This is incredibly shocking. If Johnny knew that this person had masculine features, why would he still claim to be involved with them? Is Johnny bisexual? Maybe we'll learn more as we go on. But just like every Johnny's relationship in the past, it has its ups and downs.
Hey Mario, you can have Candy and that lady. You can have them both. Me, I'm just gonna stay single. I'm gonna stay single for a while again. I knew I was not supposed to get my love up hopes with these girls, these ladies, I meant. You can have them both. Me, I'll just stay single. You don't have to come to Logan to see me, ladies. I'll just be fine by myself. And tell the other lady she can delete my pictures of my wiener and everything else. And delete my number, and I'll delete your number too. You don't have to worry about me.
Johnny had some issues with Candy and Sandy, and he decided to pass them over to his friend Mario. He was disappointed in the two of them and was ready to move on. To make matters worse, when Johnny was telling the ladies to delete his contact, he made a rather bold statement. He told them they should also delete his pictures and his wiener from their phones. It's funny how he felt comfortable saying such things online, especially since most people wouldn't want to publicly admit to sending nudes to anyone. But there he was, openly sharing it.
Girls, I'll see you whenever I see you. I'll be at the swim pool this summer. And if you ladies still want to see me, you can see me.
Johnny, being as manipulative as ever, went on to say that he would never forgive or forget the two ladies for whatever they might have done to him. It seemed like the end of the story until he added, "I'll see you whenever I see you." Then, just when you thought things couldn't get more confusing, he casually mentioned that he'll be at the swimming pool this summer, and if they feel like coming over to see him, he's fine with that. It's odd. Why would you say you're done with someone one minute and then turn around and say they can still meet you if they want? Johnny must think he's really clever for pulling off such an obvious tactic, playing both sides while leaving his options open.
And the other lady, they're my friends now, again. I know it's gonna be hard, but I'm gonna see if I can earn their trust back. I'm gonna try my best to earn their trust back. And everything else, Candy and the other girl, I'm sorry I hurt your guys' feelings. It's not you, it's stupid Mario. He's a fool.
After a while, Johnny noticed that the two ladies didn't make any effort to contact him. He probably ended up swimming in the pool alone that summer. Feeling the sting of loneliness, Johnny realized he had to do something to win his girls back. He suddenly claimed they were his friends again, despite the fact that they hadn't apologized for whatever they did to hurt him. He was tired of waiting for them to come forward, so he took matters into his own hands, trying to find a way to see if he could get them back. He even went as far as saying he'd try to earn their trust back. But hold on. If they were the ones at fault and he was angry with them for that, why was he now the one asking for trust? On top of that, he apologized, hoping they would rethink their stance and give him another chance. At this point, Johnny turns to Mario, claiming that Mario is responsible for his reaction toward the ladies. Mario, being Johnny's friend, probably advised him to stand firm and make sure those ladies didn't treat him badly. Maybe that's why Johnny was angry with them in the first place. Now, though, Johnny's throwing Mario under the bus, shifting the blame to him. It's also possible that the ladies were giving Mario more attention, which made Johnny jealous and led to his initial reaction.
Well, Candy and Sandy, I just want to, am I recording? Yeah. Sandy and Candy. I don't know, I'm doing my own thing right now. You girls can do whatever you want. You girls have a nice day and don't work too hard from your job and everything. And if you girls want to get in contact with me, go ahead, I don't care. If I don't answer, I don't know what. I just don't, I'm not gonna, if I don't answer on time, that means I'm busy. And I'm gonna stay busy until, I don't know.
Even after Johnny profusely apologized to Candy and Sandy, they didn't respond to him. Frustrated and desperate for their attention, he decided to make a video sending them a message. Just as usual, he resorted to his normal tactic of reverse psychology, acting like they could stay in their lane and he'd stay in his, claiming he wouldn't bother with them anymore. But if that were the case, why make a video at all? Clearly he misses them. In the video, Johnny told them they could contact him if they wanted to, but in typical Johnny fashion, he pretended not to care. We all know, though, that he does care. He's probably bombarded them with messages already, only for them not to respond. So in his mind, making the video was the next best thing to get their attention. Johnny also kept playing out a scenario in his head where the girls would be chasing after him, calling and texting him non-stop. He imagined how busy he'd be when they called and how he'd be able to respond at just the right moment. The truth, however, is that Johnny has nothing to do, and if they reached out, he'd pick up the call before it could even ring out.
Candy and Sandy, and you girls have a nice life. Still like you. I still like you two girls as a friend, and that's about it. Bye, and bye for now.
To end the video, Johnny bragged about having fun wherever he was. But there's something I've noticed about him since this whole saga with the ladies started. Johnny has a funny way of referring to Candy and Sandy, often mentioning them as if they're one entity, like a single unit. He constantly says Candy and Sandy together, almost as though they're inseparable. There are even moments when he forgets one of their names for a second and just says something like, "and that other lady." Even after showing clear signs that he wants to get back with them, he still can't quite keep his act together. He ended the video in typical Johnny fashion, talking as if he's bidding them goodbye, saying that he hopes they have a good life. It's almost as if he's trying to convince himself that he's really won them over.
Sandy and Candy, if you girls want to follow your dreams about meeting some other people, go right ahead, 'cause you're not gonna hurt my feelings. If you guys want to flirt with any guys you want, go ahead. You're not gonna hurt my feelings. If you want to cheat on me, cheat on me. I don't care. Just don't do it in front of me. If you do it in front of me, that's okay.
Johnny was getting desperate at this point. He knew deep down that there was no way to win back Candy and Sandy, so he resorted to playing the part of the benevolent figure as if he were giving them permission to live their lives. He even went as far as saying they could find someone better than him or have fun with other people. The way he said meeting someone better wasn't an accident. Johnny knew exactly what he was doing. By phrasing it that way, he subtly made it sound like he was being victimized, like they were leaving him because of his looks or his antisocial behavior. It's a guilt trip tactic, plain and simple. He's trying to make them feel like they're the ones making the mistake, and he's the one who's been wronged. Johnny knows what he's doing. Deep down, his feelings would be shattered if he found out they were hanging out with other people, but he claims he won't be hurt. Then, in another attempt to twist this situation, he said that if they wanted to cheat on him, it would be fine with him. But here's the thing. How could that be cheating when you're not even together anymore? He's trying to paint himself as the one who's been hurt while casting them as the cheaters.
Candy and Sarah, this is for you. Bye, Felicia. Bye, Felicia. Bye, Felicia. Bye, Felicia. Bye, Felicia. Candy and Sarah, bye, Felicia. Nice knowing you, girls. And girls don't need to follow me no more. Do not text me. Do not call me. Bye, Felicia. I'm sorry, Candy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Candy. I wasn't thinking. And Sandy, I'm so sorry. Johnny Elbows here is sorry what he said. I was just mad. I shouldn't have took it on you ladies. I'm sorry. If you want, you can call me. If not, I don't know. It wasn't you guys. I was just mad at myself. I was just mad at myself. I'm sorry. If you guys forgive me, forgive me. If not, then I have to earn your trust back again. And if you don't want to give me a chance, that's fine. I'm sorry I ever got mad at you ladies. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Candy and Sandy, I'm sorry. And I hope you forgive me for all this. I'm at the library. And girls, I love you. Meet me down to the library, the public library. Go down to the swimming pool together and give me a ride down there.
I honestly don't even know what Johnny was doing with his tongue at that moment. Maybe someone can educate me on what exactly he was trying to achieve in the comments section, because it's hard to make sense of. All I know is that it's disgusting to look at, and it's really shameful for Johnny to be embarrassing himself like that online. He even went as far as acting overly sexual on camera, seemingly trying to seduce the girls and see if they'd respond to him. It's one thing to express your feelings or desires, but it's another thing entirely to behave this way on a public platform. It's just uncomfortable and inappropriate.
Candy, Sandy, I'm sorry the way I treat you girls. I'm sorry. And you're right. A bunch of guys asking for you. You know what? I can't compete. I'm sorry. You girls don't have to trust me no more. If you girls still gonna go to the swimming pool this summer, just come find me at the swimming pool. If not, if you're mad at me, that's okay too. I'm sorry, girls. Bunch of guys was trying to find you and everything, your boyfriend and your hubbies. I'm just gonna stay away for now on. Thanks for everything, girls. I don't think I can have a three-way with you girls. I'm just watching Punch and just watching a movie on TV. I just want to tell you, I'm sorry the way I treated you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry the way I treat you girls. I hope you forgive me someday. If not, I'm okay with that too. I'm okay with that. If you don't want to forgive me, that's fine. I'm sorry. Sandy and Candy, I'm so sorry. Hopefully you forgive me someday. Maybe in the future someday. I'm sorry. Sandy, Candy, how come you don't call me back? I'm sorry, Candy.
You would benefit from nano hearing aids. Other hearing aids are expensive and cost.
Leg.
And cheap amplifiers just don't cut it. Call now and get 2 nano CIC recharge.
Damn toy horse.
Only $297. Or opt into our payment plan.
I got a toy horse in my leg.
And your shipping is absolutely free.
You can see.
I love how full nano hearing aids are.
The Candy and Sandy saga just seemed to drag on, with Johnny continually making a fool of himself online while the ladies ignored him at every opportunity they got. But now let's shift the focus to Mario and how he somehow ended up being cast as the villain in Johnny's life. It all started like usual, with Mario and Johnny connecting, having fun, and making videos together. They were just two friends enjoying their time, and everything seemed pretty normal. But then, on this particular day, Mario was making a video, and some kids were disturbing his peace in the background. This minor disruption, which should have been just a small annoyance, ended up being the beginning of the end.
At least nobody will bother you down here, you know?
Exactly.
Oh, look, dude, they're over here too. Look. What f***ing losers, my lord. That sucks, you gotta deal with that, man. Is it like that all summer?
Damn day. I do that every summer.
It's the same every summer?
Every time I go somewhere, they have to move too.
Well, we'll just tell them to leave, dude. Or you can just pretend call the cops on them. They'll get them scared.
Yeah. 911, I need a police here because a bunch of kids are trying to go on TikTok view on me, and I don't want them here. Get rid of them, please.
Yo, those kids are horrible. All right, y'all. Hopefully they won't bother John anymore. Guess what, John?
What?
Besides all that nonsense, we got 6 million. 6 million, dude.
Johnny got fed up with the kids taunting him while he was trying to make a video, and he actually went as far as to call the police. I mean, why would anyone call the cops on a group of small children, and for what? The kids weren't even doing anything that could harm Johnny in any way. It's baffling. Instead of handling the situation calmly, Johnny chose to escalate things unnecessarily.
Sorry, I apologize about this, everybody.
Especially that girl in the shorts keeps looking at me.
Leave him alone, John.
Mario tried to calm the situation, telling Johnny not to stress about it, since the kids were just trying to have fun. These kids likely know Johnny on TikTok and wanted to connect with him, maybe because they thought he was cool or famous. Some of them probably just wanted attention from him, while others weren't interested in connecting at all. They just wanted to make fun of him. Mario's attempt to calm the tension makes sense, but Johnny's reaction shows he's taking it way too personally.
Attention, man. If you don't give them any attention, they won't bother you. You know what I mean?
What? She has a cute what? I was left wondering what Johnny was staring at when the kids ran off, leaving Mario and him behind. Was he looking at the kid's butt? This moment marked the beginning of the end for Johnny.
What? No, dude. No, dude.
No, not her butt, her shorts.
No, dude. No, man.
Mario wasn't having any of it. He didn't find it funny at all and made sure to voice his frustration with what Johnny had said. When Johnny realized he might have messed up, he quickly tried to backtrack, claiming he meant to say the girl had a cute short, not a butt. But the damage was already done, and it was all captured in a live TikTok video. The most infuriating part was the grin on Johnny's face when Mario was telling him, no, dude, he should have wiped that grin off his face. He just made a terrible comment about a minor.
Oh, Jesus,
Suppose
son.
it doesn't work out. And my friend, I don't think you know him. He doesn't live here. He lives in Grand Island.
Immediately, Johnny tried to change the subject, bringing up basketball and his struggles with playing it. The phone was in Mario's hands, and he could see the reactions from viewers about what Johnny had said. But Johnny just sat there, acting as if he hadn't said anything wrong at all.
Hold on, John. I gotta clarify something in the comments. He didn't mean that, y'all.
When Mario noticed that Johnny was getting roasted in the comments, he quickly stepped in to smooth things over, claiming that Johnny didn't mean what he said. But it was too late, and the damage had already been done. Johnny didn't seem to feel any remorse for his words, nor did he act like he'd made a mistake. That's a major issue for Johnny, his inability to acknowledge when he's wrong. Despite Mario defending him during the live stream, once he was out of Johnny's place, Mario's words changed completely. It was clear that Mario had his own frustrations and didn't fully agree with Johnny's behavior.
Y'all, I am so sorry for what he said today. That shit's fucking disgusting. I do not condone it. I'm sickened. Really, been nauseous since that shit happened. Just absolutely.
Mario tried to disassociate himself from Johnny, which is understandable. He wasn't ready to get caught up in what was quickly becoming a bigger mess than he signed up for. It's a controversy that anyone would have a hard time coming back from, especially with how public and messy it became. Some might say Mario should have stood by his friend, but when it comes down to it, self-preservation was probably the first thing on his mind. It's hard to stick by someone when they're making questionable decisions that could end up dragging you down with them. Johnny also came forward to tender an apology to everyone when he saw that the backlash was getting out of hand.
I take it all back what I said to that girl. And I'm sorry I said that. I wish I'd take it all back. And Mario, when you get this, I'm sorry. I hope you forgive me someday, and if you don't...
This was Johnny's apology to everyone, claiming he was sorry for what he said. But he didn't seem sorry at the moment he made the comment. Instead, all he did was change the topic and show no remorse while Mario was addressing the situation in the earlier video. And for someone who's dealing with such a sensitive issue, the best place to give that apology would definitely not be in an environment filled with kids' voices in the background.